I'm Wendy Rawl, canine hydrotherapist and massage therapist, and I wanted to thank you so much for having me here. I love your place. I think it's so awesome that you're fear-free certified because it's kind of my world, and it's wonderful. So I have put together a 25-minute video presentation, kind of runs you through what I do, shows you the equipment, and then there's a lot of videos of dogs. Most of them come here. So we work on most of them together, so you'll get to see your patients in action. And then after the video, then I can tell you about myself if you're interested, and I'll answer any questions. But I love to just jump right into it. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. We're going to start with hydrotherapy, which number one, what I'm doing is low impact exercise. So it's great for balance, support, coordination. Penny, I don't know if you guys knew Penny, seniors that are just losing their muscle or they're slipping and falling, they'll come into the treadmill and work on them for a while. Might be a couple weeks, some dogs it might be a couple of months, and they're out walking again, without their booties and everything. It's so great. So it's movement-based support for dogs that have any stiffness and anxiety. I'm seeing a lot of dogs who've come in nervous. This is Benny. He was the most nervous dog I ever met. He had a knee injury, so he was coming in to strengthen his muscles, and he's not anxious anymore. It just goes away. The water is warm. This is Andy. He was in for weight loss. So here's Zeke. One of our favorite guys here, and the water fills slowly. So we can just watch it fill with Zeke. It is 88 to 90 degrees, so it's really comfortable. As soon as they get in the water, they just relax, it feels so good. And I'm in there with them, so I'm there to support them if they need it. Sometimes Benny goes in without me. He's like my number one dog who's been in the treadmill more than anyone probably. This is my girl, Raina Rawl, and our sessions are 20 minutes. So maybe 15 if the dog is older. We will walk and then rest for a minute. I'm constantly checking their heart rates because although we're walking slow and we have low impact, the viscosity of the water, is more effort to get through, of course. So on our rests, we have that now Miss Penelope, and Marie is so happy that Miss Penelope is being featured in here as well. We have Jess. She's still alive, so, which is wonderful. And the warm water jets really help them. The treadmill goes in both directions. And then I also do float therapy. This is Daphne, and she is floating, and you will see her from the side in a minute. It's really good for overstimulated dogs, dogs with anxiety, dogs that just need to relax or can't stand. So Daphne, I'm going to tell you more about her at the end. I got her into a wheelchair. I work with Tyson's Love and Hope on Wheels, who donates wheelchairs to dogs at no cost. And we got her into a wheelchair. We got her into hydrotherapy. She couldn't walk just due to aging, and she had suffered from pneumonia. Now she's walking, she can dig a hole. She still goes on long walks in her wheels, but she can walk around the house without a wheelchair. So really what I'm doing is strengthening. Low impact exercise is the angle that I come from. I can work in people's homes. These parents were crying. This dog was so stressed out, and nothing would calm her down, and we got her in the pool and she just floated around. This is Duncan. He's got a little bit of dementia, so it's nice for dogs like that I just hold them and rock them around, and they love it. So here are some of the dogs that you work on. Java Bean, Java Bean's doing good. And this is one of my Instagram videos, so this is a little bit older one of Java. Sometimes he gets a floaty under his belly, sometimes he doesn't. When they're really weak in the legs, I'll put a floaty to help them. Same thing with Zeke, like I'll let Zeke walk for a little while and then I'll add a floaty, or sometimes I might start out with a floaty and then we'll take it away. And then Java gets his massage too, and there he is leaving Barkingham. I located a Barkingham Pet Hotel right on Donna Shore off of Monterey. Everybody knows Marvel. Thank you for bringing Marvel in. I wrote an email like this, please take Marvel on, when I heard you weren't taking new dogs. This dog is miraculous. He stood up last week, which was amazing. He took a step in my spa once a few months ago, but he actually stood up at home. And I'm working with him in his pool right now as well. They have a nice ledge in the pool, so he's got his little custom floaty, and he walks around in the pool, and he's doing great. And if you haven't heard, he just became an Animal Samaritan's therapy dog. So now he's going out cheering up all the kids around town. And he used to use a floaty, but he's got no floaty anymore. So he likes to get treats. I prefer not to give treats, especially since we're exercising. If I give anybody treats, it's like a quarter of an inch, and it's just food for dogs, salmon bark. So it's just salmon, it's a tiny piece. I avoid treats as much as I can. Or toys, you know, a lot of them like toys. They'll play with the ball. So here's Marvel when he got his second set of wheels. And that's Christy from Tyson's Love and Hope. It's a worldwide organization, but she's based out of Yucca Valley. So she will come in person and fit the dogs for the wheelchairs. Marvel's wheelchair was not properly fitted, so we found out about her, got him a new wheelchair. Jackson, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if you guys have, but I know that he was coming here, and Carla was having a little hard time, so I haven't seen him for a while. But he's just, you know, they get in front of the jets, like give him a massage, like they love it. It's a big stressor. You know Savannah. Savannah came in for 5 sessions. She had a little limp, so you probably saw her, and she's doing much better. She's definitely improved. But look at her, like, she's a trooper. That's a big deal in the water for me to have, you know, well, you'll see some of the other ones too, to see them. So sometimes they like to ride it back, you know. Right here I had shut the treadmill off, and she was just walking on her own, which I'll let some of the old ones do. I'll shut off the floor and we'll just walk about. Gordo, oh, I love this dog. This guy is doing so well. I mean, when came in and he's so wobbly, you know, he was a little hard to manage at the beginning because he was really struggling, but he's got his floaty under him, and he's, again, I referred her to Tyson's Love and Hope, and he got his wheels, so he's running all over the place in his wheels now. And he goes in with his diapers. You know, dogs that are incontinent, they come in with their diapers. So we have a great pet photographer at Barkingham, and she makes all these artsy photos. So that's what she did of Gordo. And then Pokey, you know, Pokey really stiff, like this dog Carl you're going to see. So coming in the warm water and just moving, just like a little bit of movement in some warm water. And then I floated Pokey, and you know, he's not all there mentally. So it's another, and his mom is there. I don't usually have pet parents in the room with me, but if it's a really old dog or a dog that I might want the parent there for some reason, I'll let them come in, and then he get his little massage, and you know, they go relax. We all know Elton John, and Elton John is famous at Barkingham, as I'm sure he is here, and you know, he's just in for maintenance. I first started working with him when he got in a little scuffle with a dog in a yard, and he was stressed, and Shauna was stressed, and I started giving him massage. And he doesn't come in for hydrotherapy that much, but he comes in for a massage like all the time. There's Benny again. He's my poster child. He's on all of my banners. Andy, this overweight dachshund is with a rescue, not for long, because his fosters are going to adopt him. I just got the word yesterday. Andy?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
didn't know
He
Andy
used to be
comes
like,
in.
I think so. Maybe not. Maybe have that. He was 54 pounds and he's lost.
30 pounds.
Yeah, he's like 30 something now. Maybe a different one.
Yeah, he's being fostered.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so they were
yeah.
adopting him. They have another dachshund.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oscar Mayer. Yeah.
Is that who?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they were just in on Friday.
Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah, they just stopped in and said hi to me because they just got back. Dogs building strength or losing weight. I mean, that's what a lot of this is about. And I think that this is a repeat. I thought cut this out. Well, you get to see my girl Raina Roll again. So we also have a slight incline that I could put the treadmill on an incline.
I got a weird random question.
Sure.
Can you train your dog to swim with this?
I don't do that. I don't know that I'd recommend it because we're in a confined area and where they're learning to swim, I feel like they need room. I mean, you could. I don't. But I guess you could. I walk the dogs in the water. I raise it up to float them, you know, but I don't swim them.
Okay.
I don't swim them. I have swam my girl, and it just doesn't feel natural to me in there. There are some hydrotherapists that do that, but if I was going to learn how to swim, I think it would be better to have more space.
Oh, okay.
That's just my personal opinion. An interesting question. Remember Dolly?
Yeah.
Dolly passed quite some time ago, but she was so precious. And another one that, you know, she was just so old and so immobile. So I let her mom come in with me sometimes. So here's Bucky. He broke his leg 2 years ago. So his mom just brings him in like once a month or so he can get some exercise and walk. He's in good shape, but he's just in, you can see in this video and how it was just feeling how differently they walk in the water. So, you know, if it's up to their ankles or knees, they're going to be lifting their legs a lot. And when it's all the way up, then it gives them more buoyancy. They're carrying about 34% of their body weight when it's filled up to their chest. Okay, so here's Carl. Carl he has since passed very recently. He had the worst arthritis I've ever seen, like could not bend his joints at all and walked just the way you saw with his legs under him. But when he gets in the water, he could walk normally, which transitioned to then he gets out of the water, then he can walk normally. So it's really been wonderful for Carl. He was seeing me all the time. He made so much progress. He was in really rough shape. And then he moved to Vegas and he continued with some therapy out there. And here you can see how, like, I got him walking, you know, massage, acupressure, and the hydrotherapy, but that's his walk, you know. And he's running free right now. Now, this guy, Ralphie, this video is from 2 years ago. I haven't even seen Ralphie since like November last year. He was really a true miracle. He came in like this. He had seen 3 neurologists. Nobody could help them. Jennifer called me crying. One of the neurologists said, "You should put this dog down." And she was so upset, and she brought him in. We went in the treadmill one time, he came out walking. I mean, that's not normal. That's why I call it a miracle. And I didn't even fill it all the way up because he was my first Frenchie. And with the smush face, you know, I really was just being extra cautious. He's wearing a mask because he does bite with his neurological issues. Like just out of nowhere, he might just get you. So he always had to be in his mask. So we started with low water, and he was knuckling, and then he just stopped knuckling, and then he got out. Then I started, you know, raising the water once I saw he was comfortable, and eventually I would go all the way up, and He is doing great, like fantastic. He was coming in all the time. Where it says hydrotherapy now, this is an older video, but this is what he would do. You know, he could just come in, and he still has a little bit of a wonky walk, but he's doing great, and he leaves, you know, for the summer, so that's another reason I don't see him too much. I do work in home in people's pools. That's how I started before we got the underwater treadmill at Barkingham Pet Hotel. So I'll work in their pool or their hot tub. The water has to be the right temperature though. Like if it's not 88 to 90, I'm not going in their pool. So this is Zoe. This is a new one that we just got, and she was a little anxious, so we gave her her ball, and she was just happy with the ball in her mouth. This is Bucky again, about to get his massage. So this area of the spa is what we call the Zen Zone. And so Elton John likes to be in the teepee. So I have the Zen Zone in one corner behind curtains. And then I have this lace teepee, which is more cozy, so they feel more secure in there. And Elton John just wants to go in the teepee now. He doesn't even look at the Zen Zone anymore. And I have a few dogs that are like that. And Winston, he's just an old guy that I give massages to every week. Same thing with Leo, Elton John. I have a lot of regulars that come in for massage because it makes a huge difference, just the massage. And I do in-home. I started 5 years ago in-home canine massage. Was doing strictly that. And then when I saw how the dogs were just getting better from massage, that's when I looked into becoming a hydrotherapist and got into hydrotherapy. Okay, the spacious Hudson Paws SS. Here is our unit. I usually have a curtain, you know, covering up the tank back there. There are several filters. We've got a UV filter. I do use chlorine in here, but I use a very low amount. And that's it. This is the spa. So I did my research to make it be a fear-free kind of space right here, and that's what it looks like. And it's just off of the entrance when you come into Barkingham. So you come in and boom, I'm right there. Cool. So I think this, we already looked at Benny. Yeah. Or maybe we didn't have, yeah, we looked at Benny. He's so great. So you can see I'm not in the treadmill with him. One, he doesn't really need me in there. I like to be in there, but every once in a while I'll let him just do his thing. And he used to have treats. And he would bark at me if I didn't give him a treat. And he doesn't even bark at me anymore. He just does his thing, Okay. Couple of other dogs. Jack is the one, he was my first non-sliding testimony because he had to wear booties or he'd slide on the floor at home, and he doesn't have to. Beanie, I don't know if she comes here or not, but she's another one. There's just, 13 years old. My girl's 15 almost, and I really believe that being in the warm water and with all of the massage is what's helping with her. I want to tell you about Daphne as well, but I want to make sure we're not missing anything else here. Arnold, this guy, he goes to hydrotherapy up in Washington, and they put this floaty, which I've since bought one, under his chin. And they showed me videos of him sleeping. He could not be totally asleep, but his eyes are walking with his head on the chin rest and like sleeping. But when he comes in with me, a licky mat. Okay, here's another good thing to talk about. The licky mat. I used to, again, with Benny, I used to have to use that. Even when I was doing his massage sometimes, it's like he would be all over the place or always had to be climbing on you. And the licky mat is great, but I haven't used a licky mat with anyone in probably 6 months. I do use aromatherapy as well, mostly lavender, so I'll have that going in the spa, or I might spray some around. Bucky, see how, he's really lifting his legs there. So I'll let some of them walk while it's filling, because it gives them a whole different thing, and they're not going to walk like that at home, you know, unless you just put booties on them for the first time. But he's just so darn eloquent, this dog. But Daphne, the bloodhound who was floating, I met her at home when she was totally immobile, and I was doing massage therapy with her. And then she was starting to get stronger. She had pneumonia, so she was in a hospital in LA in some kind of oxygen tent for like 2 months. And she was really not doing well. She started coming in for hydrotherapy, and she got stronger. And as I mentioned before, she could walk around the house now. So how it started out was like she'd just get up or take a couple steps, and her mom would be like, "Oh, we're so excited, you know, she can walk." Now it's like she's just walking normally. She happens to be a neighbor of mine now, so I'll go over there and we'll take her down the road in her wheels and everything, but she doesn't need it anymore. So she's come such a long way, but she just loves to float. So she's one of really my greatest testimonies. But all the dogs who come in get better. Like, I've been 2 years, okay, so we're only talking 2 years here, but nobody's freaked out on me like they want to jump out. Nobody has not improved. I mean, it's the greatest thing. I am just so happy helping dogs every day, but I have time in my schedule and I want to help more dogs. So that's why I'm very grateful that you guys are all here. And every time somebody says, you know, acupuncture, now I know where to send them. So it's so great, and that's how most of them got here. So yeah, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to tell you. I think I covered most of what I want to share.
I know.
Has anybody had their dog in hydrotherapy anywhere else before?
I did years ago. My pug, she had back surgery and she still wasn't using her back legs very well, and so we took her for, I don't remember how many sessions we took, and she didn't like the water, but we offered treats and made it worth her while, and I think she looked forward to the sessions after that.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, it's so good for them. And just seeing them walk, you know, I'm always following them around as they leave, and even if they have a wonky walk, hey, he's walking, you know, he's walking. So yeah, and the rest of this we all saw. So
Where did you find that particular muzzle face guard?
Oh,
That Frenchy one. Just
that
out of
was
curiosity.
on Amazon. I'm not sure if I think Jennifer bought that one, and I wound up buying the black one that we put over it.
Mhm.
So this is not, I got bit through this, okay?
Oh, you did?
He bit me
Okay.
through this. So she said, you know, she came in, I didn't know he had a history of biting. She said, oh, he could bite because he's kind of not all there. And so we put this on. And then I was doing his massage, and I'm working on his neck, and he's looking at me, and I thought he was enjoying it, and then he got the crazy eyes, and I knew he was going to bite me.
Uh-huh.
So I put my arm down to stand up, and he went right here, and he got me, but he released. I mean, I've had another neurological dog who did not release, and that's a whole other story, you know. But he released, and it was crazy because there was no space in that mesh muzzle. Like, if his tooth went through it, there should be some kind of hole there.
Mhm.
And the muzzle looked perfect, and I have it all on video because I'm filming everything, especially if there's a dog that might bite me. So, which is pretty rare, unless they have neurological conditions. You know, the other one that I got bit by was mine, but he had hydrocephalus and he had a brain tumor, and you know, they'll just have issues. Let's put it that way. So then I got the rubber one on Amazon too. That one I could look up for you, and we put that over top of the mesh one. But he bit me right through that mesh one. I mean, it was like no protection at all.
Oh, I was like, that looks cool.
Yeah, it looks great. And you know, with a Frenchie, and you have to, I wanted to just use the basket muzzle, so he could breathe better. And that was not enough. Like, we couldn't trust him with that. So then we got to the point, well, after he bit me, then the mother started coming and sitting with me during the massage. So I would do hydrotherapy alone. She would leave for that. And then when we did the massage, she would come and sit and hold his head. And then I would work on him. Because he would just, bite for no reason. Like, her family members or friends or whatever. Yeah. Those are my girls. Planetta's passed away. Raina's still with us. And get the word out there. Because I want to help more dogs, and it's just great. So, yeah.
Anybody have any
Hi,
questions or
Chuck.
anything?
Hi, Chuck. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's like I could talk about dogs in hydrotherapy all day. Yeah, I could. I put the life jacket on them mostly for a handle, for guidance. It adds a little bit of extra buoyancy, but not that much. If I have a highly anxious dog, I won't put one on. Or like Andy was just so overweight that it was like his fat floated him. It was like he had his own built-in life jacket. But it's really great, and it's wonderful over at Barkingham. So the front desk at Barkingham handles the payments and all that. I handle my schedule myself. So if somebody calls Barkingham, they're gonna tell them to call me, because I handle my own schedule, because it's always constantly changing. But Barkingham is a great place. We've been there 14 years, and the two main girls at the front desk have been there since day one. 14 years. And all of I call them the kids, all the runners that bring me the dog. If there's a dog in daycare, I don't go get them, they bring them to me. I've been there 4 years now. And there's like no turnover in staff. It's all the same people there. It's really, really great. And I work on a lot of the rescues. I work on the bull terriers that are there. And some of them come in for hydrotherapy. Mostly I'm doing massage or so. And then I am also certified in cold laser therapy. I'll use that more as I can't treat anything being a therapist. So I'll use that as an anxiety reliever a little bit. You can sweep it down, and it has a calming effect on them. So I do red light therapy.
I'll turn the lights on just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just let that. This is just like amazing. I didn't think I was going to be floating big dogs.
Yeah.
She loves it. And her mother comes in with me because she's kind of wobbly and she's heavy, So her mom likes to be in there with me, and she says if all she did was float, she'd be happy. I mean, we do
Right.
walk, but we don't walk a whole lot. We'll walk a few sets, and then she's like, okay, she's ready. When she's done, like she's just done, and then she'll start really resting her head. Like that. I mean, that's priceless. That video right there, her mom took, she loves it. Pixie too. I mean, when I put pure bliss, because that's what it is to these dogs. I mean, they're doing great. But I also, Marvel was rescued by Desert Paws Rescue. And they pick up a lot of dogs in thermal. They do have a lot of dogs. Their surgery, they go down to Mexico, and they had helped us out with one of our dogs at California Paws Rescue. So we were helping them out with some of their dogs. So we had a couple of dogs come in that had back surgery. And like I said, again, they're up, they're walking around, they're all right. We donated our services to them. And I do give rescues a discount because I do work with rescues. So if a dog's coming in who's in foster, then it's $100 as opposed to $125.
Yeah. Do you you require them to bring their own life jackets or their own like little ear covers, donuts and stuff like
Oh,
that?
that's a great question. Thank you. No, nope. I have everything. I have all different sizes of life jackets, and then I have the schnoods, the yellow schnoods that I put on them. And some dogs, it's like, oh, they can't get their ears wet, so I'll put cotton in, and then I'll put on a fabric schnood, and then I'll put on the water schnood. And so we do that, but I didn't know about these waders for dogs. I'm gonna buy them in every size. One of the girls at the front desk the other day just showed me a picture that she found on Amazon of it's waders for dogs, and it comes all the way up to here. So the dog could actually be dry, but if they have a cut or something like that, it only comes up to here, and I could only put the water so high. I don't want to risk getting water in it. So I haven't purchased one yet or tried it yet. I don't really see putting dogs too much in waders, but it's nice to have if I have to. I just have to get every size. That's the thing, So yeah, they're all my life jackets, and then all the different floaties, and I'm putting the donuts around their neck now. I wasn't doing that so much before, but they like a chin rest. I'm really finding out about the whole chin rest. That the puppy that was the American Bulldog, hi honey, that was my boy Trigger, and he passed due to hydrocephalus and all of his other brain issues. But his head was too big for his body. So I was always buying him all these big pillows or all these big toys, and he needed chin rest. And then I noticed that my girls started using them. And then all the dogs in the spots, like if I had a towel rolled up, they wanted it on. So I'm like, the chin rest is kind of a thing that I didn't really know about. And they just love it. I bought a pregnancy pillow. I didn't know what it was. I was at a thrift shop and I saw this big C-shaped pillow that a pregnant woman would put her belly in it and it supports her. I didn't know what they were. And I said, oh, this will be nice so I could lay on the floor with my puppy. And now my old girl loves it. She's the only dog, and we put it on the bed and she just stays in the middle, and that we just take pictures of her every night where she's got her chin on the different thing, how they like to be cozy. That's why the dogs are all starting to like going in the teepee. So yeah, so I'm starting to put the donuts, like I put a donut on Zeke the other day just for a comfortable chin rest. And then when he started having, some issues, then we started using it for safety. But it's a good thing. It makes him, even just now, he got right into the car. He went right up the ramp into the car with no problem. We had to lift him in the other day. He would not go up the ramp. So we had to muzzle him and get him up there. But now Jeff just put the donut on and he just walked right up there. Yeah, so it's good. It's very calm in my spa. I use music by Lisa Spector of My Zen Pet. She's rebranding right now to Classical Canine. Originally was with iCom Pet. This music really helps calm the dogs. I had a dog who had terrible separation anxiety. If I was gone for more than 4 hours, I'd come home to chewed up paper, whatever. She'd find paper somewhere. I tried the pheromones, thunder shirt, anything you could do to calm the dog, aromatherapy, nothing worked. I got this music, she was a whole new dog. So that's the only music that I play in my spa, and I always have it playing. It's classical music played on the piano with no other instruments, and they slow down the tone, the timing, and the tempo. So it's clinically researched to go through the dog's brain and calm them down, and it works. The other great benefit that's been helping a lot of the dogs, specifically my old girl, and I'm hoping he's going to get one for Zeke, is the Benefab blankets. Benefab is a fabric that has minerals in it, and their body heat heats up the minerals and it emits a far infrared light. So it's really deep circulation. So somebody gave me a blanket for Raina, my old girl, her right there, Raina. She laid on this one day. I came home from work. She was at the door with a ball. She wasn't greeting me at the door anymore. She was, hanging in there, but not that active. She got this blanket every day now. I come home, she's got the ball, and all she wants to do is play. So I got the jacket for my horse, and he had a fungus on his arm, and the fungus started going away from the circulation jacket. So I had a bad bite to the ankle, and that was healing. So I got the ankle brace, healed my ankle up. Benefab, it's amazing. So I always have a lot of recommendations, for my customers and other ways to try to calm them down, or I'm always teaching them how they can, where the pressure points are to, help calm the dog down and all of that. Yeah.
Have they ever peed or pooed in that water?
One time, one dog pooped. And that was not a dog that would have normally been wearing a diaper. Because sometimes she'll be, Gordo's mom will come in and say, oh, he pooped, we don't need a diaper. And I'm like, are you sure? Okay. So there was one time that one little thing came out, and then that kills my whole day. I immediately scoop it out, and then I can drain the water. So the water's stored in a tank, and it's there because it needs to be heated up. So I set the timer for what time it's going to come on, warm it up to the right temperature, and then it comes in, it goes through all the different filters, and then it fills, and then when it goes out, it all drains. But I have emergency drains, so if that was ever to happen, then I just drain that water and it goes right out, and then usually I changed the whole 400 gallons, So that happens once, but it's not a common thing, and nobody's ever peed. So that's good. Yeah, and I ask them all, please take them to the bathroom before you come in, but sometimes when they have to go, they have to go. Yeah, so I'm grateful for the diapers, but even the diapers, like Marvel used to go in the diapers, but it was always right when we were getting him in. It would be like we'd be right about to go in, and he'd go in the diapers, so we're like, okay, good timing. So he never went in there, but for the most part, they're in there, they're just walking, they're good. And like I said, I've used the treats and I used the licky mats. I like the salmon bark from Just Food for Dogs because it's like paper thin. So even if I was giving them a piece that was a little bit bigger, it's like nothing. It's like one treat kind of in the whole 20 minutes. Yeah, so the treadmill is great. I mean, I love it. When we got this treadmill in, I mean, it's a monstrosity and everything screwed into the floor. And I did not know what I was getting in for, and I maintain everything, and I've just got it down, and I know what I'm doing. But there's big filters that have to be, I change the water, and then I have to change the filters, and then we have another filter that all the hair gets trapped in. So I have this white shepherd, Laska, she's so beautiful. And I mean, when she's done, there's a lot of fur in there. So that goes and gets caught up right in the filter, and then I can just clean that right out. And then it goes through the other 7 filters and the UV and all that. So the water is, always in good shape. And I just, I think that water has so many healing properties to it, especially when it's warm. So it's just really been great. It's just been really great for all the dogs. Yeah, big dogs and little dogs. I might be in there and there's this much water, or I have a new dachshund coming in when I get the dachshunds. There's this much water in there. But then I get the big guys, and it fills all the way up. What's that?
Have you ever tried with a cat?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I want to try with a cat. I know people do it, and Joey English asked me that too, the radio interviewer, and I'm like, I don't think I want to go there with cats, but people do. But and I love cats, but I'm very canine focused. So I love dogs. I'll tell you a little bit about me since we're getting to the end here. I was really blessed to be on the news and in Palm Springs Live. I go on the Joey English radio show every month and talk about Barkingham Hydrotherapy and our rescue, California Paws Rescue. That's my baby. For Pet Companion magazine as well, mostly, you know, articles on massage or hydrotherapy and different ways that you can use it. I am a former graphic designer. My career for 40 years was in graphic design, specializing in branding and package design. But I moved to Cabo, and I lived there for 10 years, and I was pulling dogs off the street every day. I was invited to join the board of the Cabo San Lucas Humane Society. Again, I'll let it go. Then I co-founded the Los Cabos Humane Society. So my heart is in rescue and helping dogs feel better. I worked with, because of rescuing so much, a lot of anxious dogs. So it's like anxious dogs and old dogs are my wheelhouse. I cannot rehab because unless there's a veterinarian on the premises while I'm doing this, I can't do rehab. So I'm all about low impact exercise and stress relief. I have 2 certifications in hydrotherapy. They're both from Canine Ripples. First was when I was working in pools, and then I got certified for the treadmill. And then I'm a current student and certified in canine massage therapy from Holistic Animal Studies. I do Swedish, gua sha, shiatsu massage. I've passed my test in acupressure but never did my case studies yet. I'm also certified in cold to laser therapy and kinesiology taping. I cannot practice kinesiology taping because I'm in California, and if you put something on a dog, you have to be a veterinarian. So it's something that I can help my own dogs with, or rescues. I volunteer with pretty much every rescue organization in the Coachella Valley. What else? I'm a mother of Reina. She is my sole survivor. I moved out of Mexico with four of my rescues, and they've all passed except for her. She's going to be 15 in December. And I have a horse, a magnificent gypsy vanner named Calvin Fine. And questions?
As far as like your sessions, is this based off of referral only, or like any owner interested in it can just sign up?
Oh, any owner. Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of my customers are from Barkingham Pet Hotel. So Barkingham is a large luxury pet hotel right off of Monterey on Dinah Shore. And we do boarding, daycare, grooming, cat sitting, and my services. And then we have a rescue in the back half of the property called California Paws Rescue, which is an all bull terrier rescue. So we have 50 bull terriers over there. If you know anybody who loves bull terriers, and we're always looking for volunteers. So a lot of my customers will come in through Barkingham because they're there at daycare, or they might be boarding, which really helps with my schedule, because if somebody needs to come in at a certain time on short notice, and I have, God bless you, if I have a dog who's, you know, I scheduled because they're in daycare at 11, but someone wants to come in at 11, I can move that dog back because they're in daycare all day. So a lot of my customers come in through there. We work with Dr. Rachel Reedy at Ridgeline for our rescue, so she sends some people to us. And honestly, I'm still working to get the word out. I mean, we've had the treadmill for almost 2 years, and I am there Monday through Saturday, so I'm working on dogs, but I'd like to be working on more dogs because my mission is to help more dogs. I just want to help as many dogs that I can. And this is the greatest thing. I mean, these dogs come in. I haven't had one problem with any dog. Like, it's, people be like, oh, they're afraid of the water, or they won't go in the pool. Well, it's dry when we walk in, and it fills up slowly. So it's very non-threatening, and I'm there with them, and I'm really chill. So the dogs read off of you, you're free certified, so you know that they're picking up your vibe and their owner's vibe, you know? So a lot of the anxiety I see, I think, is related to the pet parents, and they can come in here and just get relaxed. I can go over the rates with you because you must be curious about that. I offer single sessions if they wanted to come in and just pay for hydrotherapy one time. It's $125. I sell 5-packs and 10-packs as well, which need to be prepaid. Most of my dogs are coming in on a program. So a 10-pack is really good. That brings their session down to $112. And canine massage therapy is $95. I have not raised that in 5 years. And I think that's a fair price. And I charge the same if I go to their home or they come to Barkingham. I don't charge them extra to go to their home. So,
What's a typical schedule like? Or I know it depends or varies from patient to patient, but so like weight loss schedule versus mobility.
So with weight loss, I like to see them 3 times a week. Because if you're just going to the gym once a week, you're not gonna build muscle the way if you were going 3 times a week. So I recommend 3 times a week. And my 10-pack kind of falls like a nice session thing where I'll do, not necessarily for weight loss, but like 3 times a week, and then 3 times a week, then we'll go down to twice a week, then we'll do another twice a week. And then all of my dogs wind up either phasing out or being lifers. Like Zeke is a lifer. He's gonna come there for the rest of his life. A lot of the dogs that I have, they just come in for the rest of their life. Like, and they're all the old ones, you know, except dogs like Elton John that are just coming in for fun or to get some exercise. But, you know, having all the lifers, I lose a lot. You know, I'm constantly sending sympathy cards out to a lot of my dogs, and we lost 3 this week. So it's been a rough week. But the other ones are all getting good, you know, and Gordo's moving, and then the massage therapy. I mean, massage therapy is amazing. When I got into massage therapy, I had no idea how much it was really going to be helping and healing the dogs. So a massage therapy session is 45 minutes, and I believe I told you that's $95. Rescue Tails is the name of my practice, but I'm at Barkingham. I'm at Barkingham almost all the time now. I'm doing a lot less in home because I'm at Barkingham, and that's just the way that it's flowing these days. So it's just the greatest career, helping all of these dogs. And so for weight loss, you were asking me, I like them to come in 3 times a week. If they are really struggling, or, you know, if they had TPLO surgery 6 weeks ago or something like that, then they're coming in to strengthen their muscles. So I will have them in there. And it really kind of depends on the dog. I like to have them in twice a week. Some dogs that are really old, or it's hard to get them in the car, or it's a really big deal, I'll say, okay, once a week or so. So it really varies. And my schedule changes constantly because, like you, I get cancellations. Oh, someone cut his foot. He can't come in the water for 2 weeks. Now I'm not seeing that dog for 2 weeks. Although, you know, they do sell waiters for dogs. So I might look into getting some of them. Or, you know, they got sick, or their car broke down or something. So all of a sudden, I might have a packed day, and then my day's not so packed. But then I'll come in, and I will have an hour before my first dog, and Sean will text me and be like, Elton John's there, if you got time for a massage. So then I'll get last minute dogs too. So it's my practice, but the room and the equipment is owned by Lori Weiner, who owns Barkingham Pet Hotel.